So, I believe that Pinocchio is an underrated character. He doesn't really get the spotlight that he deserves. More people are like with Jiminy Cricket. And the annoying thing about Jiminy Cricket is, like, he's annoying. He's a conscience, so he's always trying to stop people from, like, doing bad things. Right. I think that's why not many people like Pinocchio, because he made a lot of bad decisions. But at the same time, you had Pinocchio come out and Dumbo come out, and there's nothing bad about those movies, but they almost bankrupt the company. There's been a couple cartoons that have almost bankrupt Disney. You know what I mean? Fantasia almost bankrupt Disney.
It's sad because Fantasia's so good.
It's so good, but it was not a good movie for its decade.
No.
It's really hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it. But it wasn't... The demographic wasn't there for that movie. Now we look back at that movie and we're like, yeah, this movie's dope. Like,
but Fantasia 2000 did a lot better, too.
Fantasia 2000 did a lot better, but, you know, there was a lot of hype about it. Because it's been so long since Fantasia's been out. So you had Fantasia that almost bankrupt. You had... couple of other movies that almost bankrupt them. Cinderella almost bankrupt them because they spent a lot of money on Cinderella.
Princess and the Frog.
I don't know about Princess and the Frog, but
Princess and the Frog was what convinced them that was their last 2D animated.
That is true. I can see that.
Thing. It didn't do bad, but it didn't do what it needed to do for them to continue doing 2D animation.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed that movie.
I did too. It was a good movie, but it just didn't bring in the money that they needed it to. For the budget of hand drawing. Yeah,
I think it'll make a resurgence at some point. Like, you know, they're not going to go forever without it.
No.
But to the point, there's been a couple movies in Kingdom Hearts in Disney's history that almost bankrupt them. And so right after Jungle Book, a lot of movies came out. There was Jungle Book. There was Fox and the Hound. There was Black Cauldron.
I love Black Cauldron. Black Cauldron is so good. I want a Kingdom Hearts world of Black Cauldron. They won't, but it'd be so good.
No. Black Cauldron was another one that almost bankrupted them.
I know.
FYI.
I know.
You had a couple other movies. Robin Hood came out.
Robin Hood was so good. But Robin Hood didn't do well for them either.
Didn't do well. It wasn't until Oliver and Company and Rescuers Down Under when they started making like a little bit of money off their movies. And then, you know, they were just like, at the same time you had 21st Century Fox doing like really, like, they had them doing like really edgy movies. Like A Secret of the Nymph came out.
Secret of the Nymph was so good.
It was so good.
Even Anastasia.
Anastasia was kind of an edgy movie. And so Disney thought, we can make an edgy movie. Like, we can do this. And then Black Cauldron came. And
it was not
a good decision.
I love that movie, but it's not Disney.
They almost closed the doors to Disney, like the Disney animation, because of that movie. And then Little Mermaid came and saved everything. They actually took everyone out of like the animation studio that they were used to and put them on a back lot in a little trailer thing, and they were just like, you guys can start making movies, but this is not where we're gonna make all our money at, so we're gonna make it other places. And so they were like, dope, we can do whatever we want. And then Little Mermaid came out, and then boom, 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 one after another. You had box office hit like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. Oh, Aladdin was a good one. That's like my favorite. You had
Aladdin's good.
You had a couple of good ones, and then Hercules came out, and it kind of like started trickling down, and then they came out with Treasure Planet, which I thought Treasure Planet was
Treasure Planet is
amazing.
so good. I want that to be a world as well.
I thought it was amazing, but apparently no one else did.
I know, because people suck.
So, you know.
Think about it, though. They can make Treasure Planet into a world like a Monstro thing. Like
They
how
could.
it's not like a super huge world, but it's...
My favorite character is Riku. I think that Riku's story is more well put together than Sora's. I think he has a driving force that...
Well, and I think that's the point.
You think so?
I think so too, because there's a lot of similarities. I can go on a whole tangent about this, but there's a lot of similarities to Harry Potter and Kingdom Hearts. Whereas, like, Sora wasn't supposed to be the wielder of the Keyblade. It was supposed to be Riku.
True story.
Which is, like, in Harry Potter, it's the same thing. Harry wasn't the one that the prophecy was talking about. It was Neville Longbottom that it was talking about through the entire thing.
I didn't read the book, so I have no idea what she's talking about.
I know,
She could be right.
Because the movies don't give a fuck, but that's okay. So there's a lot of similarities in that, and the way Master Xehanort splits himself into so many peoples, how he's Nording all the organization members to have a
kind of like
vessel
the
of himself,
items of
kind of like
Harry
the
Potter.
Horcruxes for Voldemort.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of similarities, and I feel like Riku's character is so fleshed out and so made to be the Keyblade wielder and made to have that powers because he was supposed to have it the entire time.
And so you think we were supposed to actually play with Riku, and they kind of were just like...
I mean, I personally believe Kingdom Hearts has always been the story of Sora, but it's by chance Sora happened to be the Keyblade wielder. That it wasn't supposed to be him.
I could see that.
That the key, like in that moment when he gets the Keyblade, it's supposed to be going to Riku, but Sora's got the pureness of light in his heart, and it's attracted to him over Riku.
I think the problem with Sora is that he's supposed to be like a blank canvas. He's supposed to be us in the game.
That too, yeah.
So him not having like the greatest backstory or like you know, like stuff, everything goes his way is because we're supposed to be living the game through Sora. So Sora can't have a lot of emotions. He can't have like a crazy backstory.
Yeah, I mean he still has some emotions though, because whether you like it or not, he's got feelings for Kairi. And he's got that strong bond with Riku, whether you want him to or not.
Oh my god, talking about Riku. Okay, this is going off topic because we're supposed to be on the first game. Okay, so I have a ship, and the ship is so weird, and I don't know why I have it.
I'm ready for this.
I ship Riku with Shion, and I don't.
You're basically shipping Riku with Sora.
Exactly. I don't know why I did it, but like, there's been like some interactions between them in the cutscenes, and I'm like, this could be a thing.
There was a fanfic I read. It was great. Everyone was in love with Goofy. And Goofy was in love with Sora and proposed to him, and then it got really weird and graphic. But it was so good. Like, Riku was obsessed, and Kairi's like, Riku! And Riku's like, bitch, move! Goofy's over there! And it was great. This is one of the best things I've ever read.
You gotta send me the link. Oh, I probably won't read it, but
it's so fucking funny. Oh, it's so good.
The link will be in the description.
Just read it down below.
Please don't.
Demonetized.
I don't know why I ship them, but I think like if they bring her back, because you know in one of the games like she's like chilling out, right, and she's just like, I've been in here, Ventus has been in here, and Roxas has been in here. Right, and you have to. It's kind of like at the beginning of the first game where you have to go to like Titus, Waka,
right?
Whatever her name is, no one even fucking remembers her name.
Selfie.
I said no one remembers her name.
I played her game, her Final Fantasy game, so I do remember.
The shade. Anyways, so it was kind of like the beginning of that game, but you know, in Sora's heart, I think it was Dream Drop Distance. I'm not sure which. They're all mashing together at this point.
Yeah.
But you seem like you wanted to say something after
I remembered a world in Kingdom Hearts 3 that's gonna be in there.
Oh, what?
Frozen.
Let it go. Let it go.
And I'm very excited.
And
all the original voice actors are coming back for it, which means we have Josh Gad as Olaf, and that makes me happy. Favorite boss battle?
Favorite boss battle. Okay, so this is gonna seem weird. I don't know why I like this boss battle so much. I think it's because I actually had to like think for once how to actually beat something. But when you go to Hercules World and you click on one of the question marks,
The Sephiroth, yep.
No, not Sephiroth. The Ice Titan.
Oh, fuck the Ice Titan.
The Ice Titan. And the Keyblade that you get after that one is phenomenally good. It's
Yeah,
a good
it
Keyblade. But I actually had to think how to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot of dodges. It took a lot of blocks. It took a lot of swinging at random stuff. But I finally did it. It was the biggest accomplishment I ever did as a child.
My favorite boss fight is the Fire Stick guy in Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why, but I love it. It's the first like real boss you have. Well, you have the one in Traverse Town, but this is the first one that's like on your journey, and it's just I love it. And the only thing that makes me mad is in 1.5 they changed the coloring on some of the Heartless, and he's not the red, black, and gold in 1.5. He's freaking like purple, lime green, and some other color, but.
No, I didn't even notice that, to be truly honest.
It was disgusting. I like the red, black, and gold a lot better, and I don't know why they did that.
Oh. So, let's talk real quick. So, have you ever done the game in this order? Have you ever gone to Hercules World, and then Deep Jungle, and then to Alice in Wonderland? Or have you done Alice in Wonderland, Deep Jungle, and then Hercules?
I always do Alice in Wonderland first.
Okay, so if you go to Jeep Jungle first and you beat that game before you beat Alice, you know the cutscene where Alice comes in, right? And they're like shove her into the light. You know it's not her. It's Snow White.
Really?
Really, you can look it up. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I fucking hate Alice as a Princess of Heart.
I don't understand why they put her as a Princess of Heart when they could have just instead of putting Alice in Wonderland in the game, could have just put another princess movie.
They could have used Little Mermaid.
Yeah, she's in the game. Why not just put her? Like,
and so
you're using magic anyway to get them there. Just freaking.
So I read an article, right, about why he didn't do it, and he didn't do it because he didn't want to explain Little Mermaid getting legs. He didn't want to go through that, and I was thinking like that's stupid. Like, you could have totally just had her be a mermaid. You could have just put her in a mermaid.
In a bubble.
You could have done anything. Like, the glass thing, like, the only thing I see is, like, when you're, like, going to talk to them. Like, she could have been in a fountain, bro. She could have just been chilling.
They could have figured out something.
They could have figured something out.
Better than putting Alice. I would have rather Pinocchio been a princess of heart than Alice. But the other princess movies out at that time that they could have done.
They could have done a lot.
Like, why did Alice in Wonderland have to be in it at all? If we're gonna be serious.
If we're gonna be honest.
Put in Pocahontas. They wouldn't put that in Kingdom Hearts. No. But...
Well, they might have, because they did Jasmine.
Yeah, the only thing is Pocahontas, the movie itself has gotten a lot of
It's got a lot of hate, because it's not like
It's like how Dumbo's gotten a lot of... Well, Pinocchio, or not Pinocchio, but Pocahontas is not politically correct at all. It doesn't, what they're saying happened. It didn't happen how they say.
First off, John Smith was like almost 30,
and Pocahontas was 12.
Was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So Disney took a lot of liberties in that movie.
Well, it's the same with Hercules. None of that's accurate.
Well, did you know that in Hercules, like the actual story, Megara is married to Hercules, right? Mm-hmm. And that they have, like, I think, like 3 children, I want to say, right? Mm-hmm. And then Hera, or whatever god comes in and, like, because in the movie, Hercules, the Disney movie, that's his mom. But in real life, in the real story, that's not true.
No, Hercules' mom is just some whore that Zeus fucked.
Exactly.
On Earth, like.
So, I don't think she was a whore. I mean, she was a princess. I can't.
Well,
or she was like
she was just some random person. It's not her fault that Zeus is a whore. But
yeah. Anyways, Hera played a trick on him, and he murdered his children with Megara, and that's why you had the trials. He had to go on trials. Ooh, Pokemon. Another subject for another day. Yes. Just kind of went on a tangent. So maybe we should get back.
Do you want to jump into Kingdom Hearts 2?
Sure, let's do Kingdom Hearts 2.
All right. Let it go, make my body go, take our bodies high.
higher and higher.